As an overseas TA, if you've ever hesitated before speaking in the staff room or felt unsure what teachers really mean when they say things like, "Can you just support that group?" you are not alone. And this video is all about helping you feel calm, confident, and clear when communicating in a UK school. Because once you understand the language of the classroom, you stop worrying about getting it wrong and start being seen as a trusted member of the team. But before we begin, just a reminder to ask for the free PDF that accompanies this video. It gives you links to websites that will help you get up and running. So just type "free PDF please" in the comments and I will give you the link. 1. What communication confidence really means. Now, communication confidence isn't about having a perfect British accent, because I don't think there is one, or knowing every idiom or saying. It's about 3 simple things: understanding what's being said, responding naturally and politely, and feeling part of the conversation. And that's something that takes time. Even people who've lived here all their lives struggle with it. But what I want to say is that in a UK primary school, communication is everywhere, from quick staff room chats to giving instructions to students. The goal is to make yourself understood as clearly as possible. 2. Classroom, common classroom phrases and what they really mean. And again, this isn't about knowing all of them. It's to give you a flavour of the kind of things that are said in a classroom. So to do that, let's look at a few phrases you could hear on a daily basis and what teachers actually mean when they say them. So let's tidy up, right? You know what that means. But the hidden meaning about that is that everyone, including adults, should start helping children clear the space. Now, I say that you might get a teacher who doesn't believe that the adults should help. Now, the reason why I think the adults should help is that you're modelling how to tidy up. One, you're modelling how to do it without getting into disputes with other people, because you know what kids are like. Someone goes to pick up a piece of paper and someone else wanted to pick that piece of paper up. They get into arguments. So you're modelling how to do it without any arguments. Another thing that can be said in the classroom is find your partner. Now, this is often used in lesson time when teachers want children to sort of pair up and discuss something. And it means pair up with another student, of course. But teachers expect you, the TA, to help children who seem lost or unsure, because there will always be that child that doesn't find pairing up with another student very easy. So it's about helping that student find another person to pair up with, or if there isn't another one, there might be an odd number of children in the classroom, you pair up with them. Good sitting, good listening. Those are things that are said a lot. And it's praise for body language and attention. And it's about, rather than saying, "Stop talking," you're just reminding them to do their good sitting or their good listening. And it's a positive way of doing it, because to remind the whole class, good listening, good sitting, means you're not saying, "Stop that," you're not listening. So you're being positive all the time. And when you say it, the kids who aren't maybe doing the good sitting and the good listening actually look around and think, "Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do." So, excuse me. So you can use these yourself because they're simple and positive. And another one is, "Can you support that group, please?" That's something teachers like to say a lot to TAs. And it can mean one of two things. In general, it can mean stay close to that group, prompt them to stay on task and check they understand the activity. Or it can actually mean sit with a particular group. So in UK primary classes, you find that groups of kids are sitting at tables. So maybe a groups of 5 or 6, and you might be tasked with helping a particular group with an activity. Something else that could be said is let's use our indoor voices. So this is when the teacher wants the noise level to drop without saying be quiet. Again, it's another positive way of asking the children to do something without pointing out that they're not doing it. So you're not yelling, be quiet. You're saying, let's use our indoor voices. Now, these little phrases are the rhythm of British classrooms, and knowing them helps you join in confidently. But there's something that you will pick up. So just listen out for them, because it might be something different in your school. If you're in a school in Yorkshire, for instance, they might come out with different things than I'm saying here. So, or in Wales, or in Scotland, or in Northern Ireland. So just listen out for them. 3, understanding accents and idioms. So, British children in UK schools speak with a range of accents from Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish, English, and with all the dialects in between. And of course, there'll be children who, like you, are from other parts of the world and they will have their own accents. But in this video series, we are focusing on British accents, because it's you know, you already know probably many different accents from across the world, but you might not know the British ones. Now, don't panic if you can't catch every word. I promise you, most of us who've lived here all our lives, you know, don't understand maybe somebody from Scotland or from Wales or from Northern Ireland. So, but try these strategies. Listen for context. Watch what they're doing. It gives you clues. Politely ask someone to repeat what they've said. So say something like, sorry, could you say that again for me, please? That's perfectly acceptable and sensible, because the last thing you should do is pretend you've understood, because that can lead to getting things wrong. And if you can, learn local expressions. So, for instance, I'm shattered means I'm tired. It's chucking it down means it's raining heavily. And tar is short for thank you. Now, that's only 3, and there must be about a million of them. So, what I'm saying is, just tune in to the things that the people around you in your school say. And remember that children love it when adults show interest in their way of speaking. That builds instant connection. And also, they love it when you share your own. So, from wherever you're from, say, oh, we would say to you know, for rain, because we've got 101 ways of saying it's, you know, it's raining hard, like it's raining cats and dogs. You know, share what you would say from your country, because children love that. 4, key vocabulary for classroom life. Now, here are some of the most useful words and phrases you will use daily. So, when giving out instructions, we say things like line up quietly, sit down, or stand up. And we say things like show me your listening faces. And this is just to get full attention in a positive way. We give praise by saying great effort, lovely work, I can see you're trying really hard. And here in the UK, we make corrections by saying things like, let's try that again. Or we say, remember to, and we say whatever it is they need to remember. Or we say, can we use our kind words, please? So, you know, if the classroom is getting a bit rowdy or people are interrupting one another, we might say something like that. And we say walk, please, a lot, rather than stop running. It's better to point out what we want, because the brain registers the words you use. So if you say walk, please, that gets across what you actually want the child to do. If you say don't run, it doesn't necessarily give them the idea of what they need to do. So that the instruction should always be about what it is you want the child to do rather than what you don't want the child to do. So keep these in your vocabulary toolkit, but most importantly, adopt the phrases used in the school you are working in, because repeating words and phrases across the school helps children to understand what is expected of them. So if they're hearing the same phrases over and over again, young children in particular, they're learning how to be in school. If they're hearing the same things over and over again, it helps them understand what they're supposed to be doing. 5. British communication styles. So British communication tends to be indirect and polite instead of commanding. So, we say things like, could you give me a hand with this, please? We don't say, go and do that. We say, could you give me a hand with this, please? Or we'll say something like, when you have a minute, could you check this group, or whatever. Now, it could sound as though it's not something that needs to be done right away, but really we do mean, could you do it now? It's just that we're a bit too polite to say it, which is a bit daft, really, but that's how we are. Adding phrases like please, thank you, and would you mind is a big part of sounding natural and polite in UK schools. You might also notice that staff use humour to soften requests, and that's part of British culture too. I don't know. I think we've got an aversion to asking people to do stuff, so we use a little bit of humour when we're doing it. Again, don't mistake that for us not being serious, and for it not to be a serious request. It is. So just if you can, just get on and do it. Now, I have given you links to websites that will help you understand the way we speak in the UK, and that will obviously be in the PDF that accompanies this course. Now, as I said earlier in this video, this isn't about learning all the examples I've just given you. It's about being curious about the way children and adults speak in your school, learning some of their phrases and sharing your own. Because you don't need to be perfect in English to be a great TA in the UK. You just need to understand how people communicate in the school environment. And the more time you spend in school and the more time you practice, the better your communication skills will get. Now, in video 4, we will look at safeguarding and professional conduct in UK schools. I look forward to seeing you there.